Happy Sunday fun day, my friends. How are you today? Aaron here bringing you your daily horoscope for Sunday, the 3rd of January, 2021. We've got the moon moving into Virgo. We've got the sun in Capricorn. All right, so we've got our elements that we follow in earth signs, okay? Practical earth signs. And we're coming out of a fire trine. We have Mars and Venus both in fire signs right now. We had the moon in fire sign of Leo yesterday and moved into Virgo. And now on Sunday, we're going to have a grand earth trine between the moon in Virgo, Uranus in Taurus, and then the sun up here in Capricorn. Okay, so the sun in Capricorn, again, reminding us to recognize our own individuality, to recognize that we are the creative force and strength and will behind this body, this vessel here on planet Earth, right? I'm a unique individual. Okay, and Uranus is the sideways weird planet in the zodiac, okay, that it flips things on its end. You know, that's the job, the great awakener. It's the eureka moment, the lightning strike. I say, talk about it quite often here. And this energy, with the sun trine to Uranus, we've been talking about it throughout this last week. This is like celebrating your own unique weirdness. Okay, we're all weird. We all have unique, weird aspects to ourselves. Sometimes we try to dumb them down to fit in with the crowd or whatever. And this is saying don't. This is saying celebrate your own unique weirdness. And by you celebrating who you are and you just enjoying this life by celebrating, right? You're going to attract the right people into your life. You're going to repel the right people out of your life and attract the right people into your life. And people will see you as being your own unique individual and honor you for that. That's a good thing. Okay, so this is just like, hey, this is the way I go about things. This is kind of how I do them. We just had this grand fire trine, and it's like, again, that place of celebrating our own self-expression, And now this is about acts of service when the moon moves into Virgo. Okay, so we got the moon in Virgo saying, this is what I have to do to provide for people. I've moved beyond the elements of my ego and me, my I, and now I'm here to offer. I have talent, I have abilities, I have gifts that I was given, right? And now what can I do to give these back to people? How, if I was blessed with a beautiful voice, can I sing you a beautiful song? If I can crochet, can I knit you something? Or whatever it may be. Or if it might not be like maybe it's, hey, I have a way with words, or like Amma, the lady that hugs the world, This is not a creative thing. It's just something, hey, this is what she does. She hugs the world and people feel so much. That's her act of service. That's the way that she's given back to this world. So, in 2021, we're coming out of a weird year. 2020 was a weird year. And a lot of people were laid off. A lot of essential jobs is very confusing. We're kind of sitting with ourselves for a lot of us and sitting with our shadow. Mars still moving through its shadow, almost out of its shadow, but not quite. And, how do we give back? What do we do? And again, it doesn't have to be a creative thing. Maybe this is just a phone call. Maybe this is communication. Virgo rules Mercury. Mercury also up in Capricorn, okay, 21 degrees. And it's not there just yet, but starting to create this square to Eris, okay? I mean, really, it's only a degree and a half off. So that square exists. So when it comes to communication, and the earth sign of Capricorn can be a little bit more brittle, than like the flowy water signs like Cancer, okay? Or this heated fire sign of Leo, the sun's home sign. So Virgo rules Mercury, communication, and Mercury, Gemini, Virgo, we got the North Node here telling us we got to follow this direction. We got to follow what makes sense for us, okay? We've got to follow what makes sense for us. And I know this can be completely contradictory to the things that I was talking about in Saturday's horoscope. Following our own direction, that doesn't mean to necessarily evade a difficult situation because we're not high vibing with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is emotional maturity. And that's something we've been talking about all week, emotional maturity. And these planets are kind of stepping up, saying that we have to step up in our communication and the way that we're handling our Professional life. There it is. How we're handling our personal life professionally. Right? How we're handling our personal life professionally. So we have this unique gift. We have this emotional need to be drawn to acts of service. We have the Sun and Mercury in Capricorn saying, to be the boss mentality. And how am I going to deal with situations? How am I going to deal with certain scenarios? I'm going to use my boss mentality. I'm going to use that sense of authority, that sense of power, and not like we're talking about the fire hose. It's not letting the fire hose just kind of go wherever it wants. It's control. It's controlling those emotions and controlling that communication to be guided and directed to where it needs to go and not where it doesn't need to be, right? So this is our day, finding our own unique, whatever makes us weird and fun, and seeing if we can give that back to people. And just like the Amma thing, you know what I mean? If this is your goal right now, 2021, I'm going to hug the world. That sounds weird to a lot of people, but do it. Who cares? Like, look how many lives that, Amma's touched. How many lives she's changed, how many tears have been shed, and joy, and so it's like, it doesn't matter how weird or abstract or out of the norm, this act of service may be, or whatever it is that you want to do, whatever it is you want to bring toward the table, do it with this confidence. We have this beautiful weekend, firing up this Leo energy, moving into this, our own creative gifts that we're giving back to the world. How cool is it to start off this year this way? My friends, I'm tickled, humbled, I'm honored. I love you. I wish you enough. We'll see you tomorrow.